India has a rich history of raw mineral explorations, and over the centuries, several civilizations have made good use of her rich and varied mineral deposits. The usage of minerals such as copper and gold has been found since the days of the Indus Valley civilization. The East India Company established the Geological Survey of India in 1851 in an effort to facilitate geological survey and prospecting for coal deposits in the country in an organized and scientific manner. India was one of the major gold producers in the early 20th century and also held the lion's share in the export of mica, magnetite, chromites, and numerous other minerals. The conception of the metallurgical industry witnessed the inception of iron and steel plants in Burnpur and Jamshedpur and copper smelting plant in Ghatshila. The Second World War marked a significant increase in the demand for several minerals for strategic purposes. After Indian independence in 1947, the Geological Survey of India has embarked upon a crusade backed up with support from the Government of India for further exploration and prospecting for several regions which were previously unexplored. Another significant step marked the amendment of the National Mineral Policy in 1993, which opened the doors for private and foreign companies to explore the possibility of newer deposits. Commercial ore types have been broadly classified into the following categories. The endogenic series, comprising of magmatic, pragmatic, and metasomatic greason type. The exogenic series comprise of weathering, sedimentary, brines, and mineralized waters. This chapter outlines the distribution, identification, preservation, and importance of such mineral deposits. Distribution of metals in India. The distribution of metals is as follows. Iron. Iron ore is found in 5 separate zones in India, which are labeled as Zone 1 to Zone 5. The rich grade types are typically found in the Singhbhum district of Jharkhand and Keonjhar district in Orissa, Bellary district in Karnataka, Bastar district in Chhattisgarh, and in Goa. The iron ore available in these regions are typically used by iron and steel plants as they are of a superior quality. The ore found in other regions also find their use in several other industries as per their grades. Manganese. Madhya Pradesh has the highest grade of manganese ore in India. In addition, the states of Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Orissa, and Goa are the other notable producers of this mineral. The ores are available in 2 forms, bands and lenticels of bands. Chromium. Chromium is available mainly in the granulite terrane of Tamil Nadu. This comes under the category of PGE, platinum group of elements, and the deposit in the Sittampundi anorthosite complex was traced way back in 1984 by Geological Survey of India. Further studies and excavations over the years have resulted in positive identification of several PGE belts rich in mineral deposits. Copper, lead, zinc. These three minerals are found mainly in the Khetri copper belt and in the Dariba Rajpura region in Aravali location of Rajasthan, in the Kadapa basin of Andhra Pradesh, in Malanjkhand in Madhya Pradesh, Singhbum belt in Bihar, Sundargarh district in Orissa, in Darjeeling and other Himalayan regions. The available ores are of premium grade in these regions, and the excavation is controlled by the government-controlled Hindustan Copper Limited in association with the Geological Survey of India. Gold. Gold is a siderophile, iron-loving element from an iron-nickel core at crustal spreading centers. Gold is found in a wide variety of litho assemblages. The main belts where gold is found in India are Dharwad, Bastar, Singhbum and Rajasthan cratons. The Eastern Bloc also features huge deposits in Kolar and Hatti. It is also found in the Ladakh region in the state of Jammu and Kashmir. Aluminium. India is very rich in bauxite deposits and there are alumina refineries in close proximity to these mines. Bauxite is the basic raw material in the manufacturing process of aluminium. The primary mines are located in Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Maharashtra and Orissa. Huge deposits are also found in Andhra Pradesh as well as in the hilltops of the Chota Nagpur Plateau region. Some mines are also found in the Jammu region. The bauxite available from all these locations are of the highest quality and play a decisive role in positioning the country as one of the top producers of aluminium. The country is rich in several mineral deposits, as a result of which, in the ancient years, European civilizations shared a typical interest in this country. In spite of the massive utilization of the mineral resources for over hundreds of years, and especially for the 200-year span of the British rule in India, there are still mind-boggling mineral reserves which, if used carefully, can be an added advantage to the country. Main places for availability, quantity in stock and preservation methods. The country has an uneven distribution of several mineral deposits, and these regions could be categorized into 5 regions or belts. Northeastern Peninsula Belt. This region consists of the Chota Nagpur Plateau and the plateau regions of Orissa Belt, which includes Jharkhand state and West Bengal. This region is also known as the mineral heartland of India, and minerals found here are iron ore, coal, manganese, bauxite, mica, copper, to name a few. This region alone accounts for India's 100% kyanite, 93% iron ore, 84% coal, 70% chromite, 70% mica, 50% fire clay, 45% asbestos, 45% china clay, 20% limestone and 10% manganese. Central belt comprises of Chhattisgarh, Andhra Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh and Maharashtra. The main mineral deposits here are manganese, bauxite, uranium, limestone, marble, coal, gems, mica and graphite. A large section of this region has not been assessed as yet. This is the second largest belt in India. Southern belt comprises of Karnataka Plateau and Tamil Nadu. The minerals available are ferrous minerals and bauxite. This region has low diversity. Southwestern belt comprises of Karnataka and Goa. The main minerals available here are iron ore, garnet and clay. Northwestern belt comprises of Rajasthan and Gujarat with the Aravali range. The minerals available here are non-ferrous minerals, uranium, mica, beryllium, aquamarine, petroleum, gypsum and emerald. In addition to the above regions, there are plenty of places which are yet to be explored: the marine minerals, the mountain ranges, and the state of Assam. The mineral reserves of India are varied and the figures are huge. The excavation over the years has depleted the reserves to a considerable extent, but the amount in nature's stock is still phenomenal. The average net production of several prominent minerals is as follows: coal, 403 million tons, lignite, 29 million tons, bauxite, 11,278,000 tons, copper, 125,000 tons, gold, 3,048,000 grams, iron ore, 1,40,131,000 tons, lead, 93,000 tons, manganese ore, 1963,000 tons, zinc, 862,000 tons, gypsum, 3,651,000 tons, limestone, 170 million tons, phosphorite, 1,383 million tons. For some minerals such as coal, there is an ever-increasing demand. Coal is a major fuel source and finds its use in a variety of industries and for thermal power production. The Government of India has introduced many steps to prevent black marketing of coal and to ensure that the end users and industries continue receiving coal in the required quantity at a fair and standard price. Similarly, for iron ore, which is a premium input material for the iron and steel industry, there are certain government controls to regulate smooth flow and prevent black marketing. If these mineral reserves are used wisely, the quantity could last for a longer duration with more years to come. Some of the mineral reserves are too scarce, like gold, copper, and radioactives like uranium. These should be carefully handled so that human beings would be able to use such reserves in the future as regards to industrial and other uses. The key is in the hands of the human beings as to how they wish to see themselves in the future. Continue at the current scale and run the risk of running out of resources, or to control the consumption and make sure the future generation enjoys the use of these minerals. Geology and mineralogy. Geology is a science wherein the study of earth and the rocks are undertaken in an effort to study their composition and related processes, including search for various metals on the planet. This provides an insight into the history of the planet and the possibility of the presence and prospecting methods of several minerals and metals located deep inside the planet. Mining geology deals with the process of extraction of several categories of mineral deposits from the planet. The list of such minerals is endless, as coal, iron ore, manganese, chromium, copper, gold, aluminium, lead, zinc, uranium, and several others. The extraction is generally carried out from several forms: ore body, lode, vein, seam, reef, which retains the presence of such valuable and necessary minerals and are of great interest to the mining community. The several types of ores recovered through mining include coal, different metals, oil shale, limestones, gemstones, rock salt, potash, gravel, clay, dimension stones. Mining also includes extraction of several non-renewable resources such as natural gas, petroleum, or even water. The mining process creates a negative impact on several environmental factors, both while the mines are in operation and even after the closure of the mine. This is one main factor which has forced different countries, including India, to several regulations and guidelines in an effort to reduce the negative impact incurred through this process. Another major concern has been safety of the miners, as well as of the populace of the mine adjoining areas, as there have been numerous catastrophic disasters over the years, resulting in tragic loss of human lives. Mineralogy is a subcategory of geology dealing in the scientific study of the chemical, physical, and the crystalline state of minerals. There are a variety of studies which include the study of mineral formation and origins, classification of several minerals, geographical distribution of the minerals, and the uses of such mineral reserves. The topic of mineralogy dates back to ancient times and references is available in the ancient texts of China and India. The modern aspect of mineralogy could be traced back to the 18th and 19th centuries when the principles of crystallography formed the basic foundation for the overall study. The International Mineralogical Association is an organization having members from several countries. The main function of this organization is the commissioning and naming of new minerals, sharing database, and preparing accurate maps and charts with the location of the known minerals all around the world in an effort to ease the prospecting companies in search of new mineral reserves through mining. The most frequently conducted studies are on minerals which have a strong socio-economic value like coal, iron, manganese, chromium, copper, lead, zinc, gold, aluminium, and several others, as the modern human lives are heavily dependent on these minerals in the day-to-day lives. Such studies are done in India as well, and the data is shared by the Geological Survey of India with other private organizations and companies related to this field for the sake of proper coordination and identification of the mineral reserves in the country. A large part of the mineral reserves of India are yet to be identified, and the proper study of the surroundings and the geology would pave the way for the identification of such regions and ultimately help in the overall progress and prosperity of the country. Mineral deposits, capacity and reservations. There are a lot of minerals on which human beings are entirely dependent, and as a result, the demand of such minerals is tremendous. The end result of excavations and extractions over centuries have resulted in a substantial decrease in the Earth's mineral reserves. The rapid progress of human beings on the scientific and the technological fronts, coupled with the boom in the rapid expansion of industries, has resulted in more and more demands for raw minerals as compared to even 100 years ago. In this scenario, India is no exception, and there is a challenge concerning the capability to meet the current requirements and also the necessity to have substantial reserves in hand so that in the near future, human beings do not ultimately run out of such vital minerals. As a probable solution to this undesired scenario, the Indian government has set up several committees and has been in frequent touch with the industrialists and the mining companies in close collaboration with the Geological Survey of India. One main problem is that mining is a specialization job, and many mining establishments still stick to the century-old techniques and outdated machinery, which result in an overwhelming percentage of wastage while mining. New machinery and modern techniques would undoubtedly be costly, and many companies would find it tough to bear such a high expenditure. The government is aiming to set up standards and processes aimed at solving this drawback in order to increase the productivity and decrease wastage, along with ensuring more safety for the mining personnel. The capacity and reservations of various mineral deposits in India could be summed up as iron. India is the third largest exporter of iron ore in the world. The estimated traceable reserves is somewhere around 27 billion tons. The major share in production could be attributed to two public sector companies, National Mineral Development Corporation and Steel Authority of India Limited. Among private companies, Tata Steel plays a major role in production. This mineral has high demand and there are ample reserves. However, modern techniques and processes could save a substantial amount. Manganese. India has the 7th highest reserves of manganese ore in the world. There are a large number of mines and good amount in stock for the future. Chromium. Chromite is found in several places in India, mainly around the coastal belts, and although India is not a major producer, the amount extracted is fair enough and the reserves are just satisfactory, although not too high. India ranks second in the world production of this mineral. Copper. India is among the world's top 20 copper producers. The demand for this mineral is extremely high and the country produces over 7 lakh tons of copper every year. A substantial portion of the demand is done through the copper recycling process, which is a highly hazardous cycle. Lead. India has good reserves of lead. There is also a fair amount of reserve, but careful measures are needed to ensure that the resource is not exhausted in the near future. Zinc. India has the world's 4th largest zinc reserves and produces good quality. There is ample material in stock and there is a lot of scope as regards this mineral. Gold. India was once a major producer of gold in the world, but the excessive mining of the yellow metal has almost depleted the reserves, and although there is still some reserve and production takes place every year in impressive quantity, there needs to be a careful planning in order to ensure the future availability. Aluminium. India is one of the highest producers of bauxite and there are huge reserves. Uses of minerals. The various minerals are indispensable to mankind. They form the backbone of the Industrial Revolution, which has seen mankind evolve factories into massive industrial kingdoms. Some mineral resources play a pivotal role as fuel resources like coal and petroleum. Human beings have become totally dependent on such mineral reserves and would find it rather impossible to sustain their livelihood without the influence of these minerals. Mineral resources have had a direct impact in the gradual development of the human race over the years of evolution and technological advancements. Thus, the importance of these resources is of paramount importance towards the very sustenance of the entire human race, as they are the primary resource towards the modernization of mankind. Another valuable point refers to the fact that the mineral resources play a part towards the economic importance of any nation. India is not an exception to this scenario, and the presence of rich mineral reserves would pave a strong foundation towards the socio-economic sustenance of the nation as a whole. It is true that a substantial part of the resources have been exploited ruthlessly over the years during the years of colonization, but still the reserves in place are not meager, and careful utilization of the mineral reserves would ensure the reserves last for a longer duration. Thus, mineral reserves play a role towards the strengthening of national and economic security. The gradual increase in the demands of such resources would play a strong part towards a nation's stronghold in matters of international trade and other engagements. The importance and uses of several minerals could be summarized as follows. Iron. Iron ore is one of the most important mineral resources in demand, as it is used in the production of steel, which is the main metal used in various fields and industries all over the world. The top producers of this mineral are China, Brazil, Australia, India, and Russia, and constitute around 85% of the total world's production. Manganese. Manganese is also an important mineral element which is used in metal alloy industries, mainly in the stainless steel industry. It is the 12th most abundant element on earth. The main producer of this mineral is South Africa, which produces around 80% of the total world production. The other notable countries producing this mineral are Ukraine, Australia, India, China, Gabon, and Brazil. Chromium. Chromium is an important mineral resource which is used in a wide variety of industrial purposes due to its hardness and high degree of corrosion resistivity. The main producers are South Africa 44%, India 18%, and Kazakhstan 16%. This metal is used extensively for coating purposes on other metals to provide more durability and resistance from corrosion. Copper. Copper is also an important mineral and finds use in a variety of applications ranging from electrical conductors and wires to other multiple fields. Lead. Lead is also an important element and finds use in building construction, lead acid batteries, bullets and radiation shield. Zinc. Zinc is the 24th most abundant element on Earth and finds use in a variety of uses like corrosion-resistant zinc plating, batteries, non-structural castings, and alloys like brass. Gold. Gold is the most precious metal available to mankind and has been used over the centuries for coinage, jewelry, and other arts. In India, gold holds a special position in the social and economic front, and large volumes of gold jewelry are produced and sold every year. Aluminium. Aluminium is a strong and lightweight metal and finds application in the production of components for the aerospace industry and in other transportation and structural fields. Conclusion. Now, to sum up, we have learned the following in this chapter. The process of distribution of several metals in India, which are of a prominent value to mankind and the country, has been divided into 5 zones with respect to the availability of the mineral reserves. The prominent location is the Chota Nagpur Plateau and the Orissa Plateau, consisting of the states of Jharkhand, West Bengal, and Orissa. This location constitutes the heartland of India's mineral reserves. There are certain government-controlled companies to regulate the proper distribution of these essential minerals. The most prominent places in India for the availability of different mineral reserves include the states of Orissa, Jharkhand, Bihar, West Bengal, Rajasthan, Maharashtra, Goa, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, and several other states. India has rich deposits of mineral reserves, and proper controlled usage of these resources could help in longer lasting of the reserves. Geology constitutes the study of earth forms in an effort to identify the existing of several mineral resources, and mineralogy deals with the scientific study of the physical and chemical study of the forms and compositions of the minerals. The capacity and reservations for the several mineral deposits in India and future prospects and necessary means to be taken by the country in order to ensure the reserves last for a longer duration of time. The uses of several mineral resources in the life of human beings and their importance as regards the impact on human lives. Such minerals have become an integral part and parcel of human socio-economic lives, and they produce direct impact on the advancement of human lives.